at the failure of his economic gambit, is threatening to unleash the last batch of his military might, escalating to a full-scale attempt to force the Strait of Hormuz open. And in a moment of pure delusion, he has reportedly demanded that NATO help him in this endeavor. He threatened that if Iran does not capitulate, he will launch a massive military operation and that NATO would be obliged to assist. The response from the alliance was swift, unequivocal, and utterly humiliating for the American president. NATO has flatly refused. They have stated that they will not participate, even if Iran were to strike member states like Bulgaria, Cyprus, or Germany, for allowing their territories to be used to fire missiles into Iran. Trump, in a fit of rage, has threatened to withdraw from the alliance. This is the unraveling of the post-Wahhabi order, orchestrated by a man who sees allies as servants and international law as an inconvenience. He is isolating the United States, turning it into a pariah state, all because he cannot accept that his project of regime change in Iran has been a catastrophic failure. His madness has escalated to a point where he has lost all rational control. The only thing restraining him from acting on his worst impulses is the threat of impeachment or of full-blown mutiny from the military brass. And speaking of worst impulses, we cannot ignore the chilling revelation made by former Republican Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene. She has exposed that the Trump administration is actively discussing the use of nuclear weapons against Iran. This is not speculation. She stated unequivocally that this is real, that it is being discussed in strategy meetings. Greene, a former ally who has since broken with Trump, warned that such a decision would be pure evil and could provoke a global nuclear holocaust. The White House has tried to dismiss her claims, but the damage is done. The mere contemplation of using atomic weapons in the 21st century, especially against a nation that is a signatory to the Non-Proliferation Treaty, is an act of international criminality. It reveals a level of depravity and recklessness that is beyond comprehension. Trump, who has claimed to have won the war dozens of times, is now considering committing the ultimate crime against humanity to salvage his ego and his political future. This is the kind of leadership that takes the world to the brink of extinction. Reports are emerging that Trump, furious at the failure.
All praises to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Brakah, Qudash. Double honors to the apostles and elder bishops of the great millstone who taught us this truth. My name is Milchamah-ba, coming back at you with another video. And I just learned of this video today. So this is fastly, what is fastly approaching is these end-time judgments, okay? And with the end-time judgments, you definitely have to put, Revelation 13 to 16 in there. What's going on with this war. Okay, so let's see. When I originally seen this, I automatically thought about Revelation 17. Okay, and Trump said he's separating himself from NATO, or separating America from NATO, and this always goes back into the form of they should let's might as well get it. Let's see, we use the blue letter. Let's see, Revelation chapter is it Revelation? Let's see. Excuse me. Revelation 17. Okay. You see what the heading says, the doom of Babylon, which is America, man. I think I'm looking for 17 and 17. Let's see. Yeah, here we go. 17 to 16. Revelation chapter 17 and 16. It says, and the 10 horns which I saw upon the beast, these shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire. That's NATO. Okay, you have some members that's part of the EU and some part of the NATO. So I could say EU and NATO basically. Verse 17 says, "For the Most High had put in their hearts to fulfill His will, and to agree, and give their kingdoms unto the beast until the words of the Most High shall be fulfilled." Excuse me. So this is prior to this verse here. Okay, because reading this verse at one point in time they was on good terms. So right now they on bad terms. If America is trying to force NATO to help him open the Strait of Hormuz. Now you do have, I think that's Turkey over there that has a deal, an oil deal, with a pipeline that they got oil going to certain parts of Turkey over there. Okay, so I guess they reopen it, and so they said Israel is a little upset about that because the Strait of Hormuz, Israel was pretty much controlling it. That I understand. I mean, it could be wrong. It was somewhere because they had to get the oil to come through the part of Israel, the part of the Strait of Hormuz where Israel kind of controls. I guess they were controlling some parts of it. Let me see. Let's see if we can grasp. Let's see. You know what? I could probably just do it like this and go to the AI version of that. Or they ask you if you want to ask a question. I thought they would get to that, but I guess not. Okay, here we go. Did Israel control some part let me see some parts of ships shipping oil containers. Let's see. I think I probably should ask that a little better. Said no, Israel does not control international oil shipping, container route, or global maritime choke points. However, Israel does strictly control its own highly strategic domestic oil infrastructure, ports, and a major overland pipeline that act as a commercial alternative to regional shipping lanes. So they says the layout of Israel's control and influence over oil transit is definitely by several key areas. The EPA, the EAPC land bridge pipeline. So They don't control it, but it's some kind of lanes that they do have some type of effect in it. It says the pipeline runs directly across Israel territory. Okay, see, that's what it is. Connecting the port of Eilat on the Red Sea to the port of Ascalon on the Mediterranean Sea. So they got it where the pipeline goes through that parts of their land over there, the state of Israel. So ultimately they want to control all of it. But they made some kind of deal with Iran and Turkey, which Turkey is part of the EU. No, Turkey is part of NATO. So you got them split. It's a split between NATO, the NATO members. And from what this video was going into, Donald Trump saying he don't want no part. He wants out of NATO. So that's why they're going to burn this whore with fire. Okay? That's how the scripture goes. Okay, so Revelation 17-16. So they're going to make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire. And there's only one way you can do that is by intercontinental ballistic missiles. So this thing is definitely speeding up. And this is a recent post, okay? So, hey, all right, we'll see what happens, man. This definitely gonna speed up, man. I say next year we probably can see a hell of a lot of shit that goes down with this war. So let's go to Revelation 12:12 because that's definitely what's gonna go down, man. Esau got to make some shit happen. That's crazy how he's all over the place, man. Revelation chapter 12 and verse 12. It said, therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. So that's Esau moving, man, moving quick as possible. And I believe, with all his technology, he's starting to see some things that's making him move. The Lord is showing him, we finna make a move, so they're going to try to do what they can to upset prophecy, which can't be upset. But that's in the mind of Esau. He believed that, okay, this is his own agenda. It ain't ran by Milchamah-ba. That's what he truly believes. So, yeah, man, this is the day of doom. Matter of fact, let's grab that and we'll end it there, man. Forgive me for the coughing and sneezing and all that old crap. We got a little bit of something going on. Revelation 2 Ezra 7 and verse 42. Revelation chapter 7 and verse 42. It says, he answered me and said, this is the present life, is not the end, where much glory doth abide. Therefore have you prayed for the weak. But the day of doom shall be the end of this time, and the beginning of immortality, for to come wherein corruption is past. Okay, and that's, pretty much the kingdom being set up where we have immortality, man. Immortal bodies, man. Okay. So I just wanted to kind of touch on that and see, you know, which, you've been hearing a lot of this rumors of wars. Nothing really popped off yet, but I mean, it's over there. But hey, America got some shit that they gonna have to, well, we're gonna have to endure too. They gonna come against us. Gonna come against the American people. All right, and whatever they decide to come with, the Lord said, "Fear not none of those things that you should go through." Roughly paraphrasing. So it is what it is. Hey, I believe it's gonna be a movie. But it's gonna be a movie that we all gonna be a part of. So yeah, we're gonna end it there and give all praises and honors to Yahweh Shimei Shai. Till the next time, Shalom.